We're starting now, so I gotta act. So this is like episode 5, right? And people probably think we're dead. We haven't released an episode in a long time.
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Hello, welcome to Autocorrect. I'm Remy.
Mikey!
And I'm Race, Jacob, Jacob, not Race.
Mikey!
Yes, today we're actually in front of an audience. I say that mainly because we don't have a private place to go, so that's why we have an audience today. Welcome, we are proud to have Jacob, who is another person who is in the YouTube page, Hacks Pictures. He's actually one of the founders of the show that's coming out, Buffering. He's a good friend of mine, and he's... What are you doing?
I'm Van Whiting. Van Whiting.
And we are going to have him come join us today. One, because we like to have him around. Two, Rashad's not here, so he's also a replacement.
What are the subjects, or what is the subject?
We're going to talk about movies.
Movies, cinema.
Movies.
Can we talk about the Dark Knight movie?
Perhaps.
You are just begging to do that, aren't you? If I let you do it, will you finally be satisfied?
Maybe. You see, my father, he was drunk.
So, movie's out now. Gravity. Bad Grandpa's coming out soon.
Yes.
Johnny Knoxville getting back in the game. I'm really excited about that. Good to see
Because
him back out.
that was like the best skit within Jackass, was just him being the grandpa and doing the stupid
Oh,
stuff.
Irving Zisman.
Irving Zisman.
Who wants to sing along with a Blink-182 song since we're on Grandpa's?
I'm going to kick you square in the jugular.
Jugular?
That's the New York way to say
Is that the
jugular.
new form of juggalo or juggalette? Is it that in between juggalo?
Or perhaps a pre-evolution of
You're
Jigglypuff.
gonna give me an aneurysm in my brain.
So, what is some stuff you've seen as of late?
I'm such a loser. I haven't been to the theater in a long time.
It's because no one loves you.
That's right.
Kick-Ass 2 is the most recent
Yeah,
movie.
Kick-Ass 2 with Jim Carrey playing like a...
I
awesome-
haven't seen that one. Is it?
Jim Carrey actually, you assume that he's going to play a comedic role. He doesn't actually. He plays actually a serious role. He's ex-mafia.
See, the only light I can see him in is that Ace Ventura.
Think
No,
Ace
Cody.
Ventura. Think Ace Ventura meets Full Metal Jacket.
I can see that.
It's more Platoon to me.
More Platoon.
Yeah, it's
Hamburger Hill.
it's more Platoon. He honestly is like, hi, I'm that war vet, creepy loony.
Schwanz.
Yeah, Schwanz. Bite the wiener.
Movies in the cinema now. Top grossing film this week was Gravity. And what I find interesting about that is, as we were discussing here, they had a whole cast of 3 people, one of which dies off in the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes of the film.
But of course, they make up with all their pain by having Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, both people who. That's probably how they spent all their budget. They couldn't afford anybody else.
But George Clooney's in like half the movie, and they're trying to make this like big, future-y action flick with like a cast of 1.
He's trying to make up for his Batman days. That was the last time he was in space. So we got what are we talking about? We got the Avengers. Avengers 2 is also coming out soon.
Avengers 2.
Oh, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel is coming out with a bunch of movies next year. Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Avengers.
Another Spider-Man movie, just what the world wanted.
needs. Let's see. It was Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Avengers
Ant-Man?
2, Ant-Man. Yes.
Look at it this way. At least it's not another Transformers. At least.
Oh no, we're getting another Transformers 2 as well. Transformers 4 with Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark.
What about Shia LaDouche?
He's out.
He's out.
He's
okay.
We're getting Marky Mark and Dinobots.
So we're getting Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Dinobots. It's dinosaurs and robots.
You mean the
2
lowest grossing version of Transformers there were?
Dinobots can bring it back because they're Dinobots. They're dinosaurs, robots. 2 of the greatest and coolest things ever. Dinosaurs and robots mixed together, come together to make a beautiful baby called Grimlock, which is the Hulk of the Transformers universe.
I would rather see a GoBot movie.
You had a sad childhood. well, speaking of 90s heroes, though, there's Jason David Frank, who was the original White in Green Ranger, is now talking about getting a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
You mean another one?
Yes, but not with the series that's going on now. He's talking about his own series from
Like the original Mighty Morphin.
the
not
original
like
Mighty Morphin.
Power Ranger PD.
No. Hey, SPD was good.
Power Rangers.
SPD was good.
Don't you even try to defend the little police force one. It was awful.
SPD was good. SPD was good. It wasn't perfect. It had its flaws, but it was good compared to Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive,
Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm, and that's about it. Everything else that I've seen so far has been really good. And I've watched them
I didn't
all.
like the truck ones.
Turbo? Well, no one likes Turbo. Turbo's the reason why Power Rangers almost went out of business. But anyway, moving on. Jason David Frank is wanting to make an actual Mighty Morphins movie. His version's more focused around the Green Ranger, making it a really dark, kind of Batman-esque kind of world-ending movie. However, I don't think it'll be a singular Power. If it's going to be a Power Ranger movie, it's going to be all Power Rangers.
Can the Green and Red Ranger come together and make a Christmas Ranger?
It's basically going to be set to where he's still the Green Ranger after the original. Stop it. After the original series, it's just like now he's 40. It's based in real time, and now he's sort of passing on the new Power Rangers. It's kind of like compacting one big giant Power Ranger season into one. We've had Power Rangers based on dinosaurs, animals,
Fingers.
Y'all are killing me. I mean, we've had Power Rangers based on nothing, but we've never had Power Rangers based off emo kids. The actual suit, he has his hair emo right in front of his visor. One girl has pigtails like this, like stereotypical.
That's more like Harajuku
This is their suit.
Harajuku culture is super popular in Japan, and
it's funny.
I think they're trying to appeal to a younger crowd with that. So. Go Harajuku Rangers! Back to Gravity.
Back to Gravity.
Gravity.
I thought that was it. 3 characters, a few things. And we
But
moved on to Johnny
it's also the
Knoxville.
largest grossing film.
Which is Sandra Bullock, and it's all women. who go see that after
Exactly,
they
but we
saw-
have to play to the minority.
like just the Indian guy.
That Indian guy. They had a guy in the beginning of the movie, get this. He had like 2 or 3 lines. I think it was like a line in the entire movie, right? And it was like he was like on his first spacewalk ever, and he was just floating around like, oh look, this is so much fun. And then out of nowhere, this piece of shrapnel from a Russian satellite crashes him into the face. And sadly, we see the only minority in this film get killed in the first 10 minutes. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2.
I want to see that.
You that he loved you.
There is a lot of computer animated films coming out.
It's as if, like, it happened
They're
with
all
Toy Story.
adorable, though.
It happened with Toy Story. And then from that point on, the cinema and movie world, it just took an animation laxative and started pooping them out every 3 minutes.
We have Finding Dory.
I actually think that was an April Fool's prank.
No, it's
Is it
it's
real?
real.
You heard it here first.
It's real. It's a real thing.
I don't believe you.
Why don't we talk about some live action anime movies that are coming out? Black Butler is coming out with a live action movie, and it does look very good. You should go check it out. And then
Evan's just dead for the episode.
he's gonna come back to life.
You can call me Bills.
There's some talk of bringing Hellsing Ultimate to the live action film industry as well, and that looks that could be a really good. It's gonna be really gory.
Zac Efron as Light Yagami.
Yes, Death Note it's
Desu Noto.
No, hold on a second. Death Note is coming in a live action, and
It's
Zac
confirmed.
Zac
I'm
Efron.
afraid for just the American film industry to try and do it because we saw what was Dragon Ball.
Anyway, but yeah, Zac Efron is Light Yagami, and it is happening. Now,
Shane Black, you bastard.
real quick, before everyone goes all on that response. First off, let's make something very clear. Zac Efron has read the manga, has watched the anime, is a very big fan of the series.
And has starred in High School Musical. I can't get over that, I'm sorry.
Well, yes. Now,
I just don't want to be like, I got a Shinigami today. I got a Death Note and I'll write you away. I don't want
now,
that.
as far as Death Note goes, for Ryuk, if they want to, they can still use the original voice actor. If
They could use the original and do CG and change nothing apart from the first 3 Japanese animated movies. If they do
But
the same CG
I'll tell you
animation
right
that they
now-
use for Ryuk and they use for Ren
Yeah.
in the first 3 movies,
Yeah.
I will be happy. If they hire some American actor like as a dude, like, what's up, I'm Ryuk, that would be awful. If they paint
Patrick
some,
Warburton.
like if they, what's up, I'm
guys.
or like, if,
What? Where we
like
go
what
over
they did
here?
with Piccolo, they just painted like what they did with Mila
Grinch?
Kunis in the new
made him the
Oz
Grinch,
movie.
yes.
They just painted them green. Like they didn't even bother to render them in After Effects or anything like that. They just painted them a color and said, "Okay, you're a witch now." If they do that with Ryuk,
brick road.
Well, see, I'll make something very clear. Zac Efron's not a bad choice for Light.
Yes,
I mean,
he
let's
is.
honestly,
I disagree.
Let's honestly throw High School Musical out. He's not a bad choice.
I've seen him. The only acting I've seen him do in his career was as a gay adolescent schoolboy.
He wasn't gay.
He's done some
but-
other stuff, and he's not a terrible guy. He's not a terrible actor. He really is.
I'm not saying he's a bad guy,
I've seen
Zach.
some-
I don't
I've-
know.
I
If you're
have
watching
seen-
this for whatever
look,
reason,
I am no by
you
far-
could be a good guy. That's awesome.
I am not by far a Zac Efron fan. I'm just saying, as far as casting goes, he does look the part.
He looks. He looks.
I say
like
leave it
Alex.
in the
Perfect.
hands of like.
Honestly,
Viz.
the only way I see this messing up, I only see the show getting messed up in two ways. One is the story.
Two is me.
Two is if they really mess up on casting L. You mess up on
What are you-
casting L.
Oh,
You mess up on casting L. Hell fire will rain down from nerd heaven.
will consume you.
3 live action movies that are coming out. Alucard, hopefully. Black Butler, definitely. And Death Note. I'm kind of excited for all of them. I'm really curious. I've heard a lot of good things about Butler. I'm still waiting to hear about Alucard, about Hellsing. And I'm waiting to see more development for Death Note. Now, this will be the last movie we talk about because it's probably the one that has gotten the most flack out of all of them. And this guy puts the flack in his last name. Ben Affleck.
You mean Fleck?
Ben Affleck.
As Batman. Now,
Affleck.
first off, let's make something very clear. As I said with Zac Efron, Ben Affleck, if I'm saying his name right,
Flack.
is a hardcore
Affleck.
Batman fan. His safe room is the Batcave. In his house, his safe room is a Batcave. So,
And he offers up cheap health insurance.
well, dude, I mean, even Kevin Smith, like
Ben
one of the
Affleck.
kings of nerdism. Let's make that very clear.
Okay.
Kevin Smith, his dear friend, is actually giving him pointers and helping him in this movie.
Okay, if Kevin Smith is helping, then
Yeah,
like-
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith is helping him. He's already
Silent Bob.
Look, he's
I
already
mean, they're making a Clerks 3.
Are they?
Yeah.
and Jay and Silent Bob super groovy cartoon movie.
Okay.
And let's see, as far as
Snoochie Boochies.
as far as Kevin Smith's involvement, he's already, like, for instance, he was talking to Kevin Smith about The Voice.
Wait, Kevin Smith has friends? I'm joking. I love you, Kevin. You're awesome.
Honestly, it would make our nerd day to meet Kevin Smith.
Oh my god.
Just meet Silent Bob.
And
Bring
Jay.
Jason Mewes with you.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
We don't know what Jason Mewes is doing anymore.
Oh, he's clean. He's straight. He's rolling good. He's with Kevin, doing stuff with Kevin now.
That's cool.
Yeah, Jason's doing great. They're doing cartoon. They're doing all a bunch of stuff. But anyway, Kevin's actually helping Ben Affleck. Like, he already told him about The Voice. He told him, do not do the Bale voice. They actually said they want to get him a voice modulator to make him sound more menacing and more eerie, to kind of bring, like, he would have his normal voice. And
So
then,
he's not gonna go all raspy and where are the other drugs going?
yeah, it's not gonna sound like he's gargling marbles.
Watch him sound like Adam West.
But Adam West
Oh, they're
is
crime fighters.
Adam West is rumored to have a cameo.
Where is he?
But also there's a rumor of Kevin Conroy having a cameo
Where?
in Batman.
Where is he?
Yeah, somewhere in Batman. I don't know. Oh,
Where are the
you're
other
messing with
drugs
me.
going?
No. That's awesome. I mean, honestly, who would you rather see? Adam West or Kevin Conroy in it as a cameo in Batman?
I'd rather see Harvey Dent. Where is he?
Where's Harvey Dent?
Why would you want to see Adam West? I'd rather see Kevin Conroy.
Because I want to hear him say crime fighters.
Honestly, I just want him to just show up and
I wouldn't be the no. What if he was the mayor of Gotham? I would accept it.
I could see that.
he
Adam
was
West is the
look,
mayor of
he's-
Gotham.
he's been
the
the-
mayor of everything, though.
We'll see. But
Mayor
Mayor of
West.
Dinsdale.
yeah. We'll see. Also in
Catman goes night-night when Catman wants.
in the cartoon.
Catman goes night by Catman.
In the cartoon, The Batman, he was actually the mayor of Gotham City in that one. So I think it'd be cool to have Adam West as Batman. He'd be really old, but still.
Hey, if he's up for taking pictures for posters to place all over our campus, I think he's okay.
Yes. Now, a few more things before we close this episode about Ben Affleck.
Affleck.
I think that I've seen some pictures. I think he's going to do really well. He can definitely pull off the Bruce Wayne look.
Affleck.
You're just hating on him, aren't you?
So
Don't like him.
no, I like
It's
Ben
perfectly
Affleck.
fine. You're entitled
That's
to your
Batman.
You're just entitled to your opinion. I'm willing to see what happens. I'm sure they couldn't do worse than George Clooney. Unless
George Clooney was okay. he
Unless, and this is the last thing I'm going to bring up, unless the only way they can do worse,
above your head?
the only way they can make it worse than George Clooney is if they bring William Shatner as Alfred. William Shatner has offered to play as Alfred in the next Batman movie.
She was just like,
Miss Wayne, you must not go out tonight.
Exactly.
out through it.
There's something in the Batcave. Something.
Someone is breaking into Wayne Manor, and they've gotten into that cave.
I'm actually interested to know. They haven't really released who the villain is going to be in this movie either.
Honestly, you know what movie I'd really like to see?
But
Captain Planet!
and on that note, we'll end the episode. All right. We'll see you next time on Autocorrect. I'm Remy.
I'm Captain Planet!
Mikey.
Thank you.
I'm a banana. I'm
Why,
Rach.
why you no give him trouble? Trouble.
We'll see you next time. We just need to follow him when. Okay. Yeah. Come on.
You have to talk like Sean Connery.
always what I do. I'm saying.
I'm saying.
My real name is Beelzebub, but you can call me Bills. I love to watch Fox News and then go collect some baby seals.